Yeah, guys, we'll continue from the rules for variable names or rules for identifiers in C language. Like as we discussed in the previous session, that every variable name should not start with a digit. In the sense, it can be start with an alphabet or an underscore, and variable name should not have spaces and special symbols. Only underscore is allowed in between if you want to give, or in the beginning also you can start with underscore. And variable name should not be duplicate, in the sense already if you give any variable name, the same variable name cannot be given for some other variable in the same program. And variable name should not be lengthy. I mean, that depends upon the compiler, maximum 31 or 21, depends upon the compiler that we are using. Okay, so let's see some valid variable names and invalid variable names. Some examples, guys. The previous session we discussed these three, int num. So num is a variable name, integer is the data type. That is the syntax that we need to follow while declaring variables. Data type is integer, num is variable name, and this is the value that we are initializing. Float is the data type and avg is the variable name. So this num avg is your wish, guys. Whatever you want you can give it, but at the time of giving we need to follow the guidelines or rules and regulations of C language. And coming to the char is predefined data type. Characters I wanted to store. Gender is our variable name in which you can store only one character. Okay, so let's see some examples like invalid variable names and valid variable names. Okay, invalid and valid. Let's see some examples on the variable names now, guys. Suppose I want to store roll number, then what I said, integer roll dot number. So this is invalid. Why? Dot is not allowed. As we said, spaces and special symbols are not allowed in variable names. That is why this roll dot number is invalid. So what I can give, I can say integer space roll underscore number. This is okay, guys. Or else you can also say integer roll number without any space. Okay, these two are valid, guys. Okay, and if you give like this, roll hyphen number is also invalid. Hyphen is also not allowed. So either underscore is okay, or without any space you can give like this. Yeah, these are the valid and invalid. So your dot NO is not allowed. You can give without any dot, without any space like this roll number. That is okay. And roll hyphen number is not allowed. Instead of that, you can give roll underscore number. This is okay. And if you want to give student name, I'm giving char stu star name. That is also not allowed, guys. I said size something like this, or let's say student name of 20. This is invalid. Why? Because star is there. So instead you can say char stu underscore name of 20, like this you can give. So why are we giving 20 here? A student name can have 20 characters maximum. Like that you can specify the size here. Okay, if you are storing only one character, then you need not specify the square brackets and the size, guys. Okay, suppose gender I wanted to store. Okay, then you can say directly char gender. Directly you can say like this, because if you say like this you can store only one character. Okay, so but if you want to store something like male female like that, in that case you need to say like this, char gender of some size like 10 I'm giving, maximum 10 letters I am able to store. So here you can store male, female, like that you can store, or other something like this you can store. But here only one letter you can store, either M or F or O, something like this. So if you want to store only one character, use char space variable name like this. But if you want to store group of characters, then you give char space variable name, and how many maximum letters or characters that you wanted to store, you need to specify in a square brackets. Guys, are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah. So in this way you can go for variable names, and if you want to give any I want to store three subjects marks, first subject marks, second subject marks, and third subject, like that I want to store. Then what I'm saying is integer first subject, like that I give it, which is invalid. Why? As per the rules of variable names, what is given here, variable name should start with an alphabet, but I'm starting with a digit, which is wrong. Okay, so you have to give integer sub1, subject 1. Okay, if you want to give one more subject, you can give like this, like three subjects marks. If you want to give, you can say this is wrong actually, one sub, two sub, three sub, like that. You can give three subjects marks like this. This is invalid, but this is valid, sub 1, sub 2, sub 3. Okay, like this you can do. So always give variable name, starts with first letter should be any alphabet or underscore. Okay, yeah, that's all about valid and invalid variable names. Okay, so while defining declaring variables, we must follow all the rules and regulations. And now we are talking about format specifiers, guys. So if you want to know format specifiers, like if you want to store any value or read any value, in both the cases we will use this format specifiers. Like if you are reading integer value or printing integer value, we use this percentage d for digit. So you have to by heart this chart, guys, format specifiers. Okay, format specifiers. So integer value, if you want to store or retrieve, we need to use percentage d. Okay. Some compilers use percentage u also. U means unsigned integer. Percentage u also can be used. Yeah, or percentage u for unsigned. And if you want to store any float value, you can give percentage f. So if you want to store any character, then use percentage c or percentage s, guys. So what is this c here? If you are storing or retrieving only one character, then go for percentage c. When you have only one character, like I said, you m or f or o, only one letter I'm going to store, use percentage c. Okay, if you want to read the name of a person, like gender, male, female, or address, something like that, then group of characters, right? That is said to be percentage s. S for string. String means group of characters. So like group of characters. Okay, when you have group of characters, you need to use percentage s for string. Only one character means percentage c. If you are reading integer value or storing integer value, percentage d or percentage u also can be used for unsigned integers. Percentage f for floating point values, means numbers with the decimal places. And sometimes if you want to store long integer values like big numbers, integers, you can use percentage ld. So for long integers. Okay, so if any number which range is 214 crores plus, means we go for percentile ld. In that case, we can go for this format specifier called percentile ld for long digit. So percentile d for integer, percentile f for floating point values, percentile c for character, and percentile s for string. Okay, so these you need to by heart, guys. Okay, so because while printing anything or while reading, in both the cases we use format specifiers. Okay, so these are used while reading values from user or while printing values on the screen. In the two situations we use this, like while reading input and output statements. In IO statements we will use this format specifiers. Okay, anyhow I'll tell you example. Yeah. So, and coming to this is concerned, like escape sequences. What are escape sequences? While printing something, if you want to format the output then you can make use of escape sequences. Like slash n means new line, slash t means new tab, slash a means alert, slash b means some backspace, double slash means you'll get backslash on the screen, slash single quote means you'll get single quote, slash double quotes means you'll get double quotes. So let me show you practically, guys, what are these escape sequences and all. Before we start this escape sequences, we should have knowledge on IO statements, guys. IO statements, input output statements. So here there are two input statements in C language, printf and scan. These are also said to be functions. So what is printf? It is a function which is used to print values, messages or values on the screen. So on the screen, if you want to print anything, we need to use printf statement. If you want to read anything from the keyboard, it is we need to use scanf statement. Scanf is used to read values from the keyboard from user, means from keyboard. If you want to read any value at runtime, then we use scanf statement. So this is what IO statements are all about. Suppose let's get started with printf statement first. Suppose if you say printf double quotes hello world, so you'll get the message as hello world. You get it as it is. So, but if you say printf double quotes hello slash and world, if you say like this, first hello will be printed, then slash n means you will get a new line, guys. Then world will be printed. So what is the output of this printf hello world? Output will be hello world as it is, because in double quotes whatever is given that will be printed. That's okay. Coming to this is concerned hello slash and world. Slash n means the output will be like first hello will be printed, slash n means new line, the next line you will get world. So this is the output, guys. Okay, so let's see this practically. We'll go to our what you call onlinegdb.com. Online GDB, it's an online compiler, and here you need to choose something called language in the drop down list. I'm selecting here language as C language. You can see the right side language option will be there. Selecting C here, and you will see you know the message hello world message here. You can hide it. Yeah, guys, printf hello world is already there. Just run it. So go to the top and run this. You will get hello world on this screen, guys. But now what I'm saying is printf, I'm giving slash n space world. So first hello will be printed, slash n means new line, the world will come in the next line. Let's see the output now. Run it again. See, guys, first hello, next line world is coming. So why are you getting this space? Because of the space I gave after slash. If you give without space, you'll get it in a better way. See, guys, this time what is the output? Hello is in one line, because of slash n that is split into next line, new line. So world is displayed in new line. So that is the use of slash n. Okay, so that's what slash n, guys. Okay, coming to slash t is concerned, you will get in a new tab hello slash t world. You'll get a tab space between hello and world. So like output would be like hello, then on tab space, if you press tab, how much gap is coming? So that 5 spaces or 8 spaces will come, guys. That gap will be coming, and then you will get world here. Let's try to do the same thing with our online compiler. Let's remove this and give slash t. See, guys, hello slash t world. So run it again. Now you'll get some gap between hello and world. You want to give one more slash t, so you'll get one more tab space. Slash t for tab space. Run it again. I'll get more gap between. So two tab space is given. Five spaces. 10 spaces are coming here. So like this, you can make use of escape sequences, guys. Okay. So like this, you can use it. Hello slash t. or double slash t, whatever way, how many you want, you can give like this. So double slash t means you'll get double two tab space, single slash t means one tab space. Okay, so like this you can use escape sequences for formatting the output. Okay, yeah, that's what escape sequences are used for. And if you want to say a means small alert will be coming from keypad, you'll get small sound, actually alert means small beep sound will come. And b for backspace, guys. Backspace means the previous letter whatever is there before slash b will be deleted. Double slash means you'll get single slash single quote means you'll get single quote. Okay, yeah, that's all about escape sequence. Just now I told you input output statements. Printf is for printing anything on the screen, output statement. And scanf is used as input statement, which is used to read values from the user. Like I want to read a number from user or a character from user or any numbers with decimal places. In that cases we go for scanf statement. See the example just now I told you guys, same thing. Hello world, printf as is hello world will be printed. Slash n means hello will come here. Next line world will be displayed. Same way slash t, you'll get some tab space. So now we are going to examples on IO statements. Like printf hello world is okay. Hello world is as is printed. So now let's see the second one. So we are taking a variable called a here, integer a. So integer a means I'm declaring a variable name called a, which is of integer type, means I want to store numbers in it without decimal places. So why are we writing semicolon at the end of every statement? It's a rule in C language, guys. Every statement in C language should ends with a semicolon. That's why I'm giving semicolon here for every statement, and this is the output actually. So if I say int a variable is declared with the name called a, in which I'm able to store integers. So in the next line I gave a is equal to 10. So I'm initializing 10 into a. So I'm storing 10 into a. Okay. Then I'm printing value of a. Printf a value. I want to print the message a value. Colon is your wish, guys. You can give colon or is equal to sign, whatever you like. Percentage d means value. Which value? So after double quotes close, comma, whichever variable name you are mentioning, this value will be printed here. So I said a here. What is a value? 10. So you will get 10 as output here. So what is the output now? A value as it is will be printed, colon will be printed. But in case of percentile d, the value of a is getting printed. What is the value of a? 10. So 10 will be printed here. The output is a value 10. Let's switch to this online compiler, online GDB. And here let's try to do the same thing, guys. So what I'm doing, first one is integer a semicolon, then I'm initializing a value with 10, then I want to print that a value on the screen. How do we print? Printf a value colon or is equal to, guys, any symbol, whichever symbol you like you can give it. After that comma a, so that the value of a is getting printed on the screen. So what is this line? Line number 13 is nothing but variable declaration. We are declaring a variable called a, in which I wanted to store integer value, and here I'm initializing a value with 10, and here I'm printing the value of a value colon, and then percentage d means value. Which value? A's value. What is A's value? 10. 10 will be printed. Let's run it and see. The output will be a value colon 10. If you don't like this colon operator symbol, if you want to give anything like is equal to, give your like is equal to sign, guys. Whatever a symbol you like, you give it. So let's run it and see. You'll get a value is equal to 10. Okay, so if you don't give this a is equal to 10, what happens? Let's try to understand, guys. I forgot to initialize my a value with 10. So if you run it, you'll get some 0 I'm getting here. Sometimes I may get some unknown value. Can be positive value, can be negative value, can be anything, guys. That is called as garbage value. So be careful, guys. If you forgot to initialize any variable, if you only declare it and if you forgot to initialize with any value, then it might give you either 0 or positive value or negative value. That is called as garbage value. Okay, so now I'm giving a value 100. This time a is equal to 100, I said, semicolon. Then I'm running the program. This time I'll get a value is equal to 100. So in this way you can write a simple program using C language. With I'm declaring a variable here I'm initializing some value, here I'm printing the value of the variable called a. This way we can work with the variables. Okay, that is the example, guys. Now you can see, if you want to read any value from user at runtime, then we need to go for this. We'll discuss these examples later, guys. So now the very top most important thing in C language is rules for writing C program. Surya, can you read the first bullet point?
Every C program should include header files called stdio.h and cunio.h.
Yeah. So every C program, when you are writing C program, we have to follow these guidelines, rules and regulations. The first and foremost is we have to start every C program with the header files. Like you can write so many header files, out of which these are the common header files, like stdio.h means standard input output header file, and console input output header file conio.h, and this may not be mandatory, guys. It's optional. You can use some other header files like math.h, string.h, okay, ctype.h, something like there are so many header files are there, guys. So those header files you can include in the first line of your C program. After that, yeah, go to the next point.
Every C program should have main function.
Yeah, every C program should have main function. So let me show you what on the screen, like so what is the first thing when you're writing C program? Okay, sample C program, like that I'm showing you here. So what is the first thing? Hash include, you can write stdio.h. Okay, you can also include other header files like conio.h, conio.h, or math.h, string.h. Okay, mathematical functions, if you want to run, you can use math.h, guys. Same way, string functions are there, string.h will be used. Okay, ctype.h will be used. Files related means okay, file.h, like that, we have some header files, those will be used, depends upon the requirement. Okay, so after this you need to write main method, guys. How to write main method? Int main, and then you need to open close curly braces. This is the beginning of the program main method, this is the end of the main method, and here you need to write return 0. Return 0, this is what you have to write if you write int main here. In some compilers will allow you without integer also. In that case, you can write a void here. Okay, void, and you need not write this line. If you write void main, then you need not write return 0. If it is int main, means you have to write return 0. So in upcoming sessions I'll tell you why the return 0 is mandatory and all. When we go to functions chapter, we will understand this. So what is this main function is all about? So main is the entry point of C program, C language program execution. Okay, so what is main method? Main is a function where the execution of C program starts. So wherever C program is getting started, that is called as main method. So without main, you can't run the program. That's the important point you need to remember. So C program execution is getting started from main function only. So how to write it? You have to write like this: int main curly brace open close. And what are the other rules? You should always write in a lowercase letters. Lowercase means small letters. You should not use capital letters. So what is the next rule? Next rules, Surya, can you read?
C program always written in lowercase.
Yeah, lowercase is done. What next?
Every statement in C ends with semicolon except condition.
So what is meant by this? Every statement that we are writing should ends with a semicolon. Okay. Only except condition is for conditions you may skip it. See, here I wrote return 0 statement. And if you are writing something like printf hello world, you are writing right this. After that, semicolon is compulsory. Okay, after that I'm writing some other statement like printf welcome to C language, something like this I'm writing. For this also semicolon is mandatory. So like this, how many statements you are writing, for every statement you need to ends with a semicolon at the end of statement. That is said to be rule in a C language. That is said to be every statement should ends with semi, except condition. We have some conditions we will discuss later, like if condition, while loop, for loop. For these conditions we should not use semicolon. That is the meaning of this except condition. Okay, what is the last one?
Should have .c extension.
Means if you see in computer, every file is getting saved with some dot and some extension. For example, if you are saving any word document, it is getting saved with dot docx. If it is a ms excel file, it will be saved with the dot docx, dot xlsx. If it is powerpoint file, what will be the extension? Powerpoint file. Anybody? If you design any powerpoint presentation in computer, then what is the
PPT.
extension? Suppose I
I
saved,
guess.
pardon?
I guess PPT.
Yeah, correct. PPTX will be there. Latest old version it was PPT actually, but latest versions of MS Office are getting added with PPTX extension. But generally people will call it as PPT, but PPTX is the extension. And if it is pdf, pdf.pdf will be there. Same way songs audio.mp3, like that. For every program, every application file should have some extension. Same way C program source code file will have .c extension. The file should have .c extension. That's what the rule we need to follow. So when I'm saving this program, suppose after writing this, you need to save it like you need to go to any IDE like Codeblocks or any other IDE. So you need to save the file with a .c extension at the end. Let us try to open that Codeblocks and we'll try to do this program. See guys, I'm opening Codeblocks from my system. And here first we need to write the program. After that we need to save it with the .c extension. File name can be anything, but at the end .c should be there. For example, hello.c, prakash.c, surya.c, srija.c, like that .c should be there at the end of it. See guys, we are in the Codeblocks IDE. Go to file, new, file option you need to choose here. In the file you will have an option called C or C++ source file. So click on go now. Then it will ask you to the wizard next. And what is the selection? C language I'm selecting. Click on next. So it will ask you to choose the location of the file. So I'm selecting it as in C drive. My folder C trainings folder is there. So D drives, C training is my folder, and here it is asking me file name, guys. I said demo4.c, like that you need to give. Click on save, finish. See guys, this is demo4.c. Here I'm writing. So what I'm writing, first line is hash include stdio.h. Okay, you can zoom it if you want to zoom. Then integer main. Okay, so inside this you need to write return 0. This is the mandatory thing, guys. And here I'm writing statements like printf hello world. So one more statement I'm writing, printf welcome to C language, something like this. Printf my name is Surya, like this. I'm giving some name, guys. So some text here. So all are getting printed. First hello world will be printed, welcome to C language will be printed, my name is Surya will be printed. But here guys, I wrote in 3 different lines, but output will be in a single line, guys. Let's see this. Save it first and try to run it. Click on this run and click on yes. Here it is asking you to build it. Click on yes, and now you will see the output all in a single line, guys. You can see here hello world without space, welcome to C without space, C language. After that my name is Surya, all are coming in a single line, because we did not use any something called escape sequences. So let's go back to our IDE, and here you give slash n now, slash n for new line. Here also I'm giving slash n for new line. Now you save it and go to build and build solution. You can now choose this option, guys, build and run. Directly it will be executed. Now this time you are getting all these three in a three lines. Hello world, welcome to C language, my name is Surya. Like this all are coming in a three different lines because of slash n. That slash n is called as escape sequences, I told you. So these rules and regulations we need to follow while writing C program. So here I can see the small example has include sample program stdio.h. Of course you can include other header files also, but these are not mandatory right now, that's why I skipped it. And old compilers people were writing void main, but it's better to go with int main, guys. Whatever I shown you, in this way you need to write for every program. Okay, this is the best way to write, guys. Okay, so let me copy and paste this in our notes so that you follow the same thing. I think already I gave it here. Yeah, this is fine. You need not write this conio.h at present, it's not mandatory. So these rules and regulations we have to by heart. So what are they? So like every programs should start with some header files. We need to include header files, and then it should have main method like int main and return 0. And then we should always write the C language code in lowercase. We should not use capital letters, guys. If you use any one capital letter, like while printing printf p capital letter or something like that, you'll get an error, guys. Check it out. And every statement should ends with a semicolon except condition, and C program file should have .c extension. So these are the rules and regulations we need to follow. And finally, if you want to write any comments, you can use slash star star slash. Comments means like any notes or anything. If you want to write for yourself, you can go for slash star star slash. These lines, whatever you write in between slash star star slash, will not be executed. Like here I wrote this is a comment. This will not be printed. This will not be executed. Okay. Yeah. So let's see this now. We'll go back to this here. I'm writing a comment. How do we write a comment? Suppose what is this program is all about, I wanted to write about it. Slash star star slash. In between I can write this is my first program, something like this I can write it. Okay. So let's run it. You'll get the same output, guys. Output will be same, hello world. And if you want to give any slash in here, you can also give slash. So first new line, hello world, then welcome to C language, then my name is Surya. Like this, you will get it. But this won't be printed. Then what is the purpose of this comment line? Just for the sake of any notes or for our self understanding. Okay, this is my first program, or I'm adding two numbers like that. Whatever the purpose of the program, you can write it here. Okay, it's always recommended to write a comment for every program, guys, though it is not getting printed. So let's run it and see. And you will get hello world, welcome to C language, and my name is Surya. But you won't get that comment. Comment is only for understanding. It will not give you any error. At the same time, it will not give you any output. Okay, that's all for today.